Good morning, traders. Welcome to the live trading floor. My name is Anna and I'm head coach at Leveraged. Today we are starting with live trading room for the first time, and I'm really excited to be here, and hopefully we can analyze the charts together. We can talk about markets, what's going on, and also want to remind you, you can ask me any questions you have about either leveraged or the markets, and we'll try and find a way how to really do this, how to analyze, how to talk about these trades, how to take trades. I can walk you through the risk management, different strategies. So I'm really, really excited to help you in the best way I can. And obviously, it is a little bit exciting, a little bit, I would say, daunting, but I'm really, really glad to be here and that I have this opportunity to guide traders and really try and make traders to be on their journey and to be that support or to be that like guided hand. So if you are hearing me well, if you are, being here, and I just would appreciate if you message in the comments where you're watching from, and yeah, let's have a chat. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. Good morning. Look at that. We have Kata joining in. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. So the charts are obviously looking a little bit different, I would say, than it was last year, or I would say like 7 months ago. So we know that there's a lot of things going on in the trading world, and there's a lot of uncertainty. But however, I think it's really great opportunity for traders to take advantage of it. And obviously, I do want to share that there are strategies that are working really well in these markets, and then there are strategies that's struggling. It's just we as traders, we need to try and figure out what is that strategy that's going to work, and how we can approach these markets in these conditions. Right. So I personally trade GU and EU. However, if you want to analyze market together and do another pair, we can. I do want to say this is actually CTrader platform. If you're not familiar with it, it's a really good platform. It's very advanced. I love the fact that this platform has risk management already built in it, so like a risk calculator. And personally, I have used CTrader for, I would say, good 5 years, good 5 years. And I think this is a really good trading platform simply because it gives the tools to do the analysis. And also, like I mentioned first, it's just great because there is this risk calculator in it. So if you are wanting to trade with leverage, then you will be trading on the CTrader. And in the future, we're thinking to adding also another platforms, but for now it's CTrader. It's a great platform. So don't get scared. I know that there's a lot of people who have not used CTrader, but like I really think that anything new is daunting. Anything new can be, let's say, challenging. However, in the time, once you get used to it, it's actually good. Obviously, not everything, but CTrader, definitely one of those things. So looking at the GU, this is 4 hour time frame, and I think I was doing like a little analysis. There is like 4 hour zone, this one in here, and I was thinking we either going to break it down or we are going to go bullish. And obviously, because of the dollar is a little bit weak now. Maybe not little, but quite a lot with all the uncertainty. We can see that actually GU is not willing to break this, because I thought we could see the break maybe today. But at the same time, reading price action, you can see that we are bullish and we are actually making higher lows. So this would be like our low here, and we could not break it. So that's why I think it did respect this support area and now is using it as a support. However, have you heard the saying, what comes up must come down? So I think at some point we will be covering all this, like recovering. So the price will be going down and recovering all this bullish momentum. And I also think it's really, really important to obviously to analyze the market now and still take in consideration what's going on in the world. I know there are traders who are only like trading just fundamentals, or traders who are like reading the news and they're really like just looking how the news are going to affect the market, right? But I love technical analysis. I think markets still respect the zones. It's just obviously now I do see it happening way less, but still respect. So this is 4 hour time frame. What I would do is then I would drop straight away to 15 minutes. You can also do 1 hour if you want to. I'm just the way I trade. I like just 4 hour zones and then 15-minute time frame. So, and in here you can see that that was that zone. So, and it did respect once in here, and then actually this is where the entry could have been. And yeah, we can see that it did respect it and the price did go up. So now it's all about what's going to happen now. So on the 15-minute time frame, we can see that there could be another like zone in here. We can put it like this. So we can see that maybe the price will come and try and push into this zone. I would say even like lower, because I would include these wicks in here. And then we could go, lower. So, and if we do fail, and we just go all the way up, then probably we'll need to see if we want to trade this, and then we can get into buys after this break in here. Hey Ben, good morning. Good to see you here. Good morning, good morning. Thanks guys for joining in. Really appreciate you. Right, okay, so if you want me to analyze some charts, then let me know in the comments and I'll do my best. I do want to put the disclaimer on, guys, that this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial expert whatsoever. So if you are willing to risk with something, make sure that it's something that you can afford to do. So this is just for education and entertainment purposes, not education, entertainment purposes. So basically what here I'm looking for is not to jump in any trade straight away. And I think for traders, it's so important to sit and wait and actually make sure that we are waiting for our setups. And I know, I mean, I have struggled with that when I just need to have a trade open. So this is like where my positions would normally, show. And I was like, I just need to have the trade open. But through the years, I have learned that actually we are waiting for, I would say, good 80%. So 80% of our job as a trader, you're just waiting and you are looking at the charts and you're waiting for that moment. So this case is I'm waiting for the price to either come to here, to this zone, give me a rejection, and then I could be a seller in the market. Or another example would be if the price does push lower, comes into this 4 hour area and rejects, then I can see maybe the price will bounce or I will make a decision to sell it. So again, it's just all about waiting. And the funny thing, I'll tell you this, through the years of trading and talking with traders and being in trading communities, I have noticed that traders are really not patient. And we should be, because patience is so crucial in trading. Like, we need to wait for our setup to form. We cannot be just like, I need to be there. I need to be there. And, again, I want to be honest and I want to tell you how I dealt with it. I sometimes would just enter the smallest lot size of 0.01, like in here, right? And I would just get in the trade. But like at this moment, I cannot tell what the price is going to do. I don't see it. I could drop maybe on the lower time frame, but then if I do this, that's not who I am as a trader. I don't trade lower time frames. My lowest time frame is 15 minutes. I don't drop lower than that. And then I can try and figure out, maybe this is the setup. I could, I should sell right now because look at that, price is pushing down. And I don't know if you can relate to that. I think if you're a trader, I think you definitely can, because as traders, we sometimes laugh that we all go through the same journey and we most likely will experience the same emotions. We'll make the same mistakes. We will grow in a different pace and all that, but we will still be able to relate to one another. So I do want to say that, yes, years ago, it would trigger me and I would be 0.01 lot and I'm just going to sell because I can see on smaller time frame prices doing something and I want to be part of it. But now, being more rooted in my strategy, knowing myself as a trader and having the data that I know is, following through, then I can definitely sit here, relax, and just wait for that setup and just be patient. Good morning, guys. Thank you for joining in. Thank you so much. Trade up. Hey, good to see you back. Yes, too early for my brain to be working, but will listen closely and take on board all your thoughts before I think about any trades. Yes, it is quite early. It's 10 minutes past 8 in UK. Hey, Leon. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you turning on. I love the tortured poet. Good morning. Hey, hey everyone. So I think again, I do want to say, trying to pick from where I went, is that the patience is the big thing in trading, like journey, and I think it's okay to make mistakes. It is okay to go through your journey. And actually, I think that mistakes are necessary. Like you need to go through some struggles to be able to learn from that. And obviously, some can be bigger struggles, some can be more painful lessons. And honestly, if you ask me about my lessons or my most painful lessons of trading, I have so many to tell you, literally so many to tell you. And I think going through the struggles is just part of the process, how traders really become rooted in their strategy. They learn how to control their emotions, how to know themselves. And it's just all through learning, through experience, to actually being in the market and being involved in the market. So now, obviously, for me, if let's say you're just starting your journey out and you're hearing Anna say, "Oh, I'm just waiting and I'm patient and I'm not going to enter the trade. I'm not going to be, you know, trying to put that 0.01 lot on," it's simply because I've already been through that. I've already been through all these mistakes and I have learned my lesson. I really have. And that's why, I don't want you to feel discouraged or like be like, "Oh, but Anna knows it all." I've heard it so many times. And the thing is, I do the same to the people that I look up to who are traders, and they're like, "Oh, but he or she knows it." And they can't relate to my struggles, but they can because they have been through them as well. So yeah, they have. I think, like I said in the earlier, everyone is going through the same journey. Sorry, hope you didn't hear that. My books fell off. Okay, so next pair I'm gonna be looking at is EU because that's what personally I trade. So, and like I said, I start with 4 hours. So I think it's really, really important for us to do the analysis on higher time frame and then drop lower. And I have a saying that the higher the time frame, the more truth to that story. And the lower we go down on the time frames, the more lies we are going to hear, in the market. So this is the 4 hour time frame. Quickly looking at this, what can I see is that market is going up. It was pushing up. There was consolidation. Market tried to go lower, could not. And then again, we broke up really with another big bullish momentum. I do want to say again, I don't know, like if you're gonna, don't judge me on this, okay? But I do like the saying, what comes up must come down, and other way around, what comes down must come up. And that's how market is moving, right? It's going up and down, up and down. And it's just as traders, we need to make a decision when. And we need to look for confirmations. When is it going to turn? And when is it that you're going to, enter the market? But it's also for the traders who are trading like pullbacks, like myself. I trade more of the pullbacks. But if you're like a breakup trader, obviously, then you don't want to know when that moment is going to come, when the market is going to return. Right? You want that moment to be like, when is it going to push? When is it going to go up or down? So now what I do see is that we have formed a little bit of a support in here, right? So I could move it just maybe like a little bit higher to try and include these little wicks here. I'm going to zoom in just so you can see a little bit better. So I can make a zone like wider. And as you can see, so we broke, we came to retest, pushed, left a really nice rejection wick in here. I think that was like a strong bullish move. So people maybe expected that it's going to go bullish, but kind of struggles now. So my thinking in this is that we have been really bullish. So, and if I see the confirmation, that's really important thing what I'm saying here. If I see the confirmation of the price to do go down, then I would be interested to sell. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's going to go lower, or are we going to stay still bullish? Because again, we need to consider what is going on in what is going on in the world, right? Dollar is weak, dollar is not strong, and therefore EU is going up, right? Because that's how it works. If dollar is weak and EU is strong, then EU is going to go up, and so is also the GU. So I will wait in this case. I will wait for the price to either break down or go bullish, and then try to think if I can jump in. And then when I drop on 15 minutes, I can see, yeah, this quite a big zone. I don't like when the zone is that big, but I can see that the price did try to reject, and like my strategy would have been to enter on the bullish candle and buy, and probably the target would be around like this area in here. So yeah, I don't know. I just need to wait. I don't know. Like this is definitely, again, I do want to say, when I am analyzing the market, and sometimes I do it out loud, when I hear myself say things, I don't know, I'm not sure, I don't think this is the area. When I have not a lot of like, if I'm not sure, and my language, the way I analyze the market is a lot of like, oh, I don't know how I feel about it, I'm not certain this is going to do this and this, then I just like, hey, I need to let go because I'm not sure what's going on in the market, and I'm not going to try and push it. So in this case, still the same thing, I'm just staying away from it. Also, I do want to say that this account that I'm trading is one of the programs that we offer at Leveraged. So there's 3 programs, which is junior, portfolio manager, senior, and executive. So this is the senior portfolio manager's account. It's $100,000 account. And I do want to point out something really cool about Get Leveraged, is that our profit targets that traders need to reach is first phase 1 on the simulation. It's actually smaller target than on the second phase. And I know for those who are already established traders and you have traded with prop firms, then you probably will be like, wait a minute, is that no other way around? So what we believe in, that traders, and I have seen this also in my story, and I have seen that with other traders when they trade, the first thing, if it's easier to reach it, it is much better than to prepare yourself mentally to go on the second phase. So the first profit target is smaller, which is 5%, and the second one is 8%. But we are used to being different. First, let's do the hard part and then the easy one. But we believe that if you do the easy part first, which also, let's be honest, is not that easy, right? But if you do it first, then you are going into the next phase with a completely different mindset. And you know that now this is where you prove yourself, like really, really prove yourself, and you try and anchor everything that you did in that phase 1. You will trying to anchor that into phase 2. And I believe, and I want to see that traders will change their behavior patterns, they will change their risk if needed, they will approach it differently, because the easy part is now done, and now we are moving to another part. So I do believe that it's really refreshing to see the targets being other way around, and I hope that traders will take advantage of it, and they will really like put the effort into the phase 2, and they will take their time, and especially, you know, what I said in the beginning, the patience, that they will be patient and they will do their best to actually reach those targets. So yeah, we'll see. I'm going to use the same account on my live stream, so you can see that it's 28 at the end. You probably can't see it, it's too blurry, but I'll be using the same account, and I think it's just, again, it's really important for me to not to rush into trades, because that's, you know, who I am, and I'm not here to put a show on. I'm here to truly share my experience, and through my experience also help traders who do join Leverage. And guys, I do want to point out that if you join in the dashboard and you sign up, then you have a lot of free tools that you can use, and they can help you on your journey. We offer loads of AI tools that is also beginner friendly, more for advanced traders and for expert traders. We are also offering the news calendar, And I do want to say, just go and sign up and check it on for yourself. Like, you need to check it out. And I do want to invite you also on the live webinars that it's me who's going to do them. I will explain through the programs. I'll guide you through the programs that we have, and also not only programs. I want to be there for you. I want to be here for the traders and guide you guys and help you to really become a trader. Because here at Leveraged, as you can see, I'm just going to put it like a little bit higher up. At Leveraged, we believe that everyone is a trader. And I think this is the belief that not many have. And the thing is, anyone can be what they, want to be when it comes to like a skill, right? So you can become a trader, you can become a dentist, you can become a pianist, you can become whatever you want to be if you put your ambition to it, if you put the work in it, right? And like I said, I want to guide you through this. I want to be there for you. I want you to feel like you have the support, that I'm here for you. The whole Leverage team is here for you. We're building something where traders can feel safe, where they can feel support, that we care, that we truly want the best for the traders. This is our ambition. This is our message. This is why we're doing it, because everyone can be a trader. So it is just up to you to use the tools, that we offer you. So that's why you go and sign up on the dashboard and check out what we offer you. And like I said, we just want the best for the traders, especially like me, because I have gone through so much in my trading journey, and I just want the best for the traders. So if you let me know if you want for me to analyze the market. Like I said, I don't like calling myself an expert, because I think trading is like you just learn all the time. You try and adapt to the market. Market is ever changing, ever evolving, and you just try and you learn, and and that's why I'm like trying to not say like I'm an expert. However, I do say that I have like almost a decade of experience. Like, I've been trading for like 10 years, but seriously, I went like full time and really put like a lot of time and effort into this skill. So I would say like, yeah, almost a decade of knowledge, which is crazy. Makes me feel old, right? But anyhow, just want to say hi to a couple of people here. Hi, Carla. Good to see you here. I'm so happy that you love this idea. Really appreciate it. And hey, David, good morning. Is it too early for you there? I think you're only 1 hour behind. So I think it's like 9:20 for you. I'm really sorry for keeping you up, this early. So also, guys, if you want me to do these sessions in a different times, please let us know. I also want you to invite to join our Discord community. And if you have any suggestions, there's also a section where you can fill in like a form and you can suggest. And I promise that I'm going to read them. I'm going to do my best to bring in whatever you're suggesting, to bring it to life. And especially when it comes to like webinars, the webinar ideas, or if you have requests when you want to have live streaming sessions, or where you want to have them. Maybe you prefer Discord sessions or whatever it is. If you have a suggestion, then please jump onto this, I want to say, opportunity to build it together. And let's do this like together. Let's jump in this journey together and build a community of the traders who truly want to support one another, where we believe that everyone is a trader, and we don't say one is better, one is worse. Like, everyone is a trader, and everyone has the same opportunity to be a trader. So if you can, please join the Discord community. If you go to the website, you will be able to join the Discord community just at the bottom of the website. And yes, please help me to bring to life your ideas. Okay, so the price is really, it's moving, but it's not moving good enough for me to enter the trade. So I really apologize for not entering the trades. But I think for me as a trader, like I said, it's really important that I do follow through my plan. So I also want to say, I will put some trades on if the opportunity comes like later on in the day. I will put some trades on, and then let's say in our next live session, we can go through my trades and I can try and explain you my thoughts behind it, why I took the trade, why I did the risk management the way I did. Because I think it's so important to like analyze and to be in I don't want to say example, but like take me as, someone that you can oh, I'm trying to find the right words here, but like just I think I struggle to say like don't take me as an example, but look at my, trades. Look at me doing that trading and then you learn from it. Like you just see maybe I did something wrong, you learn from that mistake, which hopefully I'm not going to make that many mistakes because I do tend to not make mistakes. And I do believe that I'm a trader who is data driven trader. I have always said this. I'm a data driven trader and I have a purpose in my trading. I follow my plan, I follow my rules, and I am a disciplined trader, right? So, and my goal is to make you a disciplined trader. So, if you can learn through my journey, through my trades, then I'm going to be honored, like honestly, I'm always, I don't know, like even I just feel so much joy when people message me and they're like, "Hey Anna, I learned this from you. Thank you so much for doing, this and this. Your approach did this to me and that." And I'm like, "That's so nice." And I want that. I want you, who's ever, watching now. We have people watching now, and I want you to be that trader for others. So that's why you need to be in the community where you can help one another, and especially in the community that is supportive, in a community that cares for one another, because we don't want to be in the toxic community. None of us do, right? I don't want to be in toxic relationship or toxic community. I don't want to be in a place where people are negative and, you know, doing the fighting over everything, really. So I want to build and be in the community where everyone is respectful and helping one another. So, and I think it's really important in the trading space to come up to come in with a fresh approach. So that's why I do want to talk about the programs that we have, like junior, senior, and executive. Is first of all, we came in with the idea to switch the targets around because I think it is refreshing for traders to start with easier thing and then do the hard work, right? And as long as you don't get that instant gratifications of what you did, you achieved the first target really easy and now oh, you're going to achieve the same. So that's why, like I said, I'm going to guide you through this. Once you go to phase 2, I'm going to be there for you and I'm going to guide you through it and do my best to help you. So in junior, it's really the program that is built for everyone starting out. It's something that you can try the platform. For example, if you've never traded with a C trader, now this is your opportunity. You can trade with the C trader and you can see how the C trader is working. And it's really great for all the traders, especially maybe trying out the leveraged. So you can start with a junior portfolio manager. I do want to say that please, guys, read carefully when you purchase the programs, when you pay the simulation fee, that it's really important to read the rules. And I do want to point out traders, not to blame you here or anything, but traders are lazy people when it comes to reading, right? So I do want to remind you, not be lazy, don't be lazy, read the rules and make sure you understand. And if you don't understand, you're welcome to reach out to our support. You're welcome to reach out to Discord and the Discord community and ask your questions, and I'll be there to answer you. And the leverage team is going to be taking care of whatever concerns, questions, or suggestions you have. That was like a tongue twister. Concerns, suggestions. that was hard. Okay. So do you have any inquiries about charts? I'm just scared you're going to ask me to do indices because indices is something that I don't do. But at the same point, I was like, I think someone will ask me to maybe do an indices. So I'm just going to put it here. And the next thing, obviously, Bitcoin, because it's crypto. And at Leveraged, actually, you can trade. This is like a popular market list. You can trade Forex, you can trade indices, you can trade gold, you can trade, so metals, not only gold, metals. You can trade what's that called? So oil, right? And commodities, that's commodities. And you can trade also cryptocurrencies. So I think it's really like we added like a lot of popular markets in there. So you can use whatever you think, suits best you or your strategy. But I think there's enough assets that you can pick the trade on. And yeah, but please don't ask me to do the indices analysis. Oh my. Oh, there it is. Someone is honest. Not gonna lie, I usually skim the rules. Yeah, that's why like we need to read. You always need to read the rules. And the thing is like you're just helping yourself. Once you read it and you really like you're helping yourself here, okay? It's no harm in reading. So gold, what do you think of gold today? Okay, let's have a quick look at gold. Let's see. Gold. There we go. So gold, guys, actually, it did reach the highs, the highest it ever been. Not this year, not last year, like ever, which is really is just proving that markets right now are in a really wild stage, and you can either take an advantage of that or you can skip it. Actually, yesterday I was reminded by someone that there is the times where it takes like a decade for something to happen, and then there's times when the decade happens in days or in months, so in a really short period of time there's so much happening that you just see things like this, literally like this, what's hot, like what's going on now with the gold. You can see that it hit the all-time highs, 3,500 per ounce, which is just again proving what kind of times we live in. So for the gold, I would again start with the same analysis. I would go on the 4 hours charts and just see where we are. Obviously we're very bullish, very strong bullish momentum. However, we can see that this was really bullish and very small pullbacks, so very small, like red candles. Now what we can see that there's actually some bearish pressure going in, but I think it's just naturally that we are having this reaction from reaching the all-time highs and then we are dropping lower. I think it's just like natural. That's how the markets move, right? We reach something, then we reject. And now it's just this is the time where we are like deciding what is the price doing next. At least that's how I see it. So this is support. We can say support around in this area right here. That's our support. And actually, we can see that now we're printing this rejection, right? So, and I do agree what you're saying that it seems high, but I don't think it's, the highest point. I don't think it's the highest point. It can go higher because there's no limit, right? It can go higher, or this is going to be the point where it's going to be going lower and we're going to have some recovery. But then we're using our analysis, we're using technical, like we're using the price action and we're reading the price action and we're learning and we're seeing what the price is doing. So if I see the price is breaking down, then obviously I'll be trying to get into the sell position. However, being a seller in this bullish market can be quite scary. So I think I suggest, although, have you heard the saying? I suggest not to suggest. I think it's so clever because if you suggest something, then suddenly if it doesn't go the way you suggested, you're the one to blame. So I don't want to suggest anything to you, but I do want to encourage you to think about lowering your risk if it comes to trying to be a seller in this market, because we are very bullish, very bullish. Obviously, unless your strategy says actually double down on the risk in these conditions, which made my head itch. I don't think it's a clever idea at all. But okay, so now let me drop down to the 15 minutes and just see if we can see some kind of entry and what I would do if I would see this. So this is that zone, and actually it did touch, and I can see that my analysis, like the way I trade after a bullish candle closure, I would actually buy this. My stops would be below this wick and I would target the previous high. So I would actually be a buyer in this. And to be fair, I would be very comfortable buying this. Simply because look at this, we are very bullish. I would feel very uncomfortable if I would see a proper break, a retest, and then to become a seller. I think that would be more not alarming, it's just more uncomfortable because we're in a very bullish market and you're going against it. So but being buyer in these conditions, yeah, I would be quite happy actually. So the tortured poet, will it be volatile in the coming weeks or stabilizing? Honestly, I can't see the future. I don't have the, the special, the special, yeah, thing that tells me the future. Um, I think we are definitely not in the CAM market. I think we can still see a lot of movement. There's a lot of potential for the price to even go higher, break the highs again. I don't want to predict the future because me as a trader who trades price action, for me, it's important to see what the price is doing and then I am reacting to it. I don't want to predict. And I think that's also another thing when I share my experience is that there was time when I was trying to predict the market and I would enter with no confirmation. And that would burn me because I was predicting essentially, like when we trade with limit orders, I'm putting the limit order on the buys in here and I don't wait for the confirmation. And that is more like a predicting. But once I started to trade with confirmations, when I had a clear set of rules where I'm going to wait for the confirmation in the price action where market is actually telling me, you know what, this is the green light, you need to go in and you need to buy or sell, then I'm doing it. But like honestly, I can't tell what the market is going to do. Um, and I do kind of tend to be like accepting the fact that this is not going to be calm markets, that like we are in the stage where the decades are printing, well, maybe not printing, where the decades are weeks, months. So just, think about it. For example, US 30, look at this. Look at this move. Yeah, it's crazy times. That's all I can say. But for gold, definitely more bullish than bearish. Very comfortable buying this. So we'll see if the price will reach this target or not. Again, I don't want to enter the trade because if I would take it now, that would be chasing the trade. And also, I personally don't trade the gold. So that would be going against my rules. And I said it in the beginning, for me, it is really important that I trade within my rules. Okie dokie. Right. Gold. Let's go back to GU to see what GU is doing. Okay, GU started to push a little bit lower. To be fair, I think I would like to think, I actually posted this in the Discord in the morning, that I think we could tend more to break down because I think looking at the 4-hour time frame, it just looks like the price. I mean, it is doing all the higher lows. We're going higher. We're very bullish, but I like this double top here. I like that the price really rejected it and it did go down. I really like that. So this is suggesting that it is turning bearish, and we really had like this bearish move here. So I really, really like it. I really do. So now that's why I'm more tending to see the break. Again, would I feel comfortable by like selling in this big buying pressure? Not really, but that's what my strategy tells me to do, right? So until it has broken this resistance level in here, I don't want to be really a buyer. Unless I do want to look at this, unless the price is going down and then it's going to give me some kind of bullish confirmation that the price is going to continue go higher. So I'll need to wait and see. Do you guys trade Fridays at all? I know so many traders don't. I don't try to trade when it's NFP. I try not to trade it. But yeah, today's Friday. I can still trade it if the setup is going to come. I can definitely still trade it. What do you think about EU? I think EU is really the same as GU. It is pushing higher, but there is this like resistance zone. Let's see on 4 hours. Remember what I said? 4 hours, like the higher the time frame, the more the truth in there, and the lower the time frame, the messier it gets, the more confusing it gets. So where would be my 4-hour resistance is like if I zoom in really, really closely, we have resistance in here, right? So you can see that in these candles, we resisted this area right here. But also we can see, I can put like the whole area in here. We pushed, we failed to go higher. We did leave the big rejection wick from this area. So yeah, I would want to sell. I would want to sell. I'm not comfortable because we are in a very bullish momentum, but my strategy is pull back. So if I see a clear break, a retest, I'm going to be selling. I'm going to be for sure selling. So, and the thing is also like with the zones and questions I get answered, like I get asked, is that how do you know where the zone is? This is the hardest question to answer, honestly. You can't build the rules around the zones, how you see them and how you're looking at the market. But what my answer to that is that the way I see the market, the way I draw my zones is my experience. And so if you choose to trade zones, which is like support and resistance, or you can say supply and demand, I choose to say more simpler terms, which is support resistance, then I think it just comes with experience. So that's what you need to do when you're starting out. Like, I honestly think you need to do it. I really do. This is me suggesting you. Once you start out the trade, you need to spend time in charts and you need to do your your job analyzing the market, because that's what it is, right? As a trader, you're analyzing the market, you are making the decision based on what market is doing, right? So that's what I say, the more time you spend in market charting it out, showing the zones or finding the setups according to your strategy, because not everyone trades zones, right? There's so many strategies out there. You can trade with indicators, you can use actually AI tools, again, that leveraged offers. And if you sign up today in the dashboard, you will be able to subscribe to those AI tools and receive them different alerts. And I'm going to do a separate webinar on that as well, how we can use those tools to help us as traders. So that's why, like, we have so many different strategies. But if you're trading zones and if you need to see the market, where is that support and resistance level, then it is really, really important that you do this exercise of analyzing the charts daily. And the more time you spend in the charts, the better it is. So yeah, it's looking like it's going to push obviously now. Had a big rejection wick in here, but I still want to see the sells. I want to see the price push down and then come for a retest and then sell. So I might not get a setup today. I just, I might not get it. Not every day is a trading day. Not every day is a setup day. So that's absolutely fine as well. I think for me, again, it's just so important to trade my plan. It's so important to wait and actually execute. I do think, obviously, me coming on the live streams and having a live trading room, I think it's important that I do show you something that we do trade together. So maybe I should try and test different strategies. How about that? We could try and test different strategies and use this account and see if we can pass, the simulation phase 1 and phase 2. And yeah, maybe we could try and try different strategies, because there's so many strategies. And I always say this, just because I trade this strategy and it has made me profitable trader, it doesn't mean that the only strategy. Like, there's so many traders, so many strategies, so many different ways to trade. This is not the only way. There's, again, we can talk about trading styles, scalpers, swing traders, position traders, intraday traders. There's so much, depends on who you are as a person, how you trade. But I think for the purpose of the live trading room, I think it's really important that we actually put some trades together. Yeah, we put some trades together. So maybe we can try and figure out what we can do. I do want to say that I feel anxious when it comes to scalping. Like, so please don't make me scalp. It's like, I'll do anything, just don't make me scalp. I think scalping is really for someone who can control emotions on a really, really, really solid level, for someone who can take decisions in a snap. So, and that's not me. I need time. I need to see the confirmation. I need to see the market coming to my levels. I need to see that market is clear and I want it to do how I have planned it. And and saying that, now that I said it, actually, that makes me think, why am I struggling sometimes as a trader? It's simply because market is not doing what I want it to do, and that, me saying this after years of being a trader, I still struggle with that. And I know exactly what it is. It's my ego, right? I struggle because market is not doing the way I want it to do. Like, for example, here, right? Market is not going down. And Anna is struggling. Anna is struggling and thinking, why are you not going down? Because I want to be a seller, because this makes sense to sell. If this breaks, we can fill all this. We can fill all this and I can sell all the way to the bottom, which I'm not going to do because my strategy doesn't tell me to sell all the way to the bottom. But yeah, just some honest thoughts wanted to share with you, that it's okay to, to feel that you're maybe not in control, or you to feel upset because your ego is hurting because you were not right and all that. So the pit says, sounds good. Sounds good about trading different strategies. For sure, for sure. I need different strategies to trade, because otherwise I'm going to come to this live trading room and I'm not going to open any trade at all. But then again, I want to be, someone who is showing a good example, who's guiding you into trading with the right tools and with the right mindset. Because if I now will show you and take the trades just for fun, what kind of trader am I? Like, I want to come here and be serious about this, right? I want to trade according to my plan. I don't want to trade just to show some trades, right? Because that's not how the trader should be. Like, I want to lead you by a good example. So yeah, me trying to find the trades and push them, that's not a good example, guys. That is not a good example. So here we can be more serious. Jason says, sorry, Trade Up says, I called out your name. I don't know. That's okay. I'm going to try out the senior portfolio manager at 10K level just to practice on another account. That's nice. Thank you. I hope that you take it seriously. And I know you will. You're a great trader. And senior portfolio manager is, I think, especially because we do have the targets other way around, I think your mindset can actually switch completely, because that easy part is first and maybe you're just warming up. But once you pass that phase one, once you finish the simulation phase one, then you go into this, this is it. This is your time to prove yourself. And I do want to say we also have the executive portfolio managers available as well. But those are more for obviously experienced traders. However, if you feel like, maybe you're not that experienced, but you want to try it, I can't forbid you that. But I do want to say that the 3 phase is there for a reason. We are looking for talented traders. We are looking for managers who can manage the funds, right? So, but senior manager portfolio is really a great start, I think. And I'm just really excited to see how traders will adapt through the different targets, the opposite targets, and not to say wrong something about the industry, but I do want to say that leveraged here we focus on helping traders and we want to give them the best tools. So actually, other prop firms, let's say, put the bigger target on the first phase because there's the fees to cover for the traders, right? And we want to make sure that we give the trader the best start possible, and not only start, but we guide them through all the way to the end. Like, I truly believe that we can change the industry and set the tone here, and we can try and do better. So I am really excited, guys. I do want to say thank you so much for joining here. I will probably do the live streaming room for maybe like an hour, but like, I want you to let me know, please go into the Discord, then you will find the suggestions channel and you can suggest me when you want these sessions to be. Maybe we should do London session, the New York session. We can even try to do like late Asia session as well. Or we can do like different topics. We can pick on my trades. We can go through maybe different traders' trades, and we can try and figure out the strategy together. Like, again, I just want you to come together on this journey with me, and I really want to be part of your journey. So that's why it's really important for me that you do suggest what you want to do. Yeah, like how you want to grow. Devet says, is the link in description? Unfortunately, no, I could not put the link in description, but if you go to the website, you will, when you scroll down, you will see the Discord, and you will be able to find it. You will be able to find everything on the Discord, sorry, on the website. Yes, yes. I will make sure that for the next live stream, the next live trading room, all the links is going to be in the description. Everything's going to be in there, but you can find it on the website. And once you sign up, it's going to be also on your dashboard. But yeah, market is not doing much, you know. And again, I don't want to push it. I don't want to push any trades, not even 0.01 trades. I don't want to do that, right? I need to stay disciplined. I need to lead by example. Imagine, I don't know how you would feel. Let's say there's someone that you look up to, and then they say one thing and they do another. And I know we're all humans. Look, guys, I still mess up sometimes. In my data, like when I trade, I have a column where, you know, I count if I did everything right within my roles, and sometimes I mess up. Maybe I'm not looking through the news, or I forget to look through the news, or I just mess up really. But then I admit it. Right? I admit it, and I'm like, well, this is what I did wrong. So that's why I also think it's really important for me to come here and to share openly and honestly, like how the things are actually going for me. And yeah, and just like I said, I just want to lead by example. I want to be a good example and try and change that thinking or the mindset of the traders. Like, we truly believe that everyone is a trader and we can grow together. We can build a very supportive community. We can try and build something that is different in this space, and we can break through these let's say, I'm trying to find like right words, but I believe that we can break through things how they were done all the time. So we can start to go into something new and hopefully something better. So yeah, but I like what the price is doing there because it's going down. So I'm still gonna keep my arrow there. I'm gonna keep my arrow, and I'm gonna be like waiting for the price to break this and then come back to the retest, because I need a retest. Like I need for the price to come back to the zone. So a clear break doesn't need to be all the way down, right? But preferably, if I look at the lower time frame, then breaking here like this low. So if we break that and then come back to the retest, that would be great. But obviously can't promise that it's going to happen today. And if it does, then I'll take a trade and you will be able to see it. Because like I said, I'm just going to use this account here. Okay. Let's see EU quickly. Yeah, EU is also pushing down. And I mean, EU and GU, what do you guys actually think? I want to ask this. You don't need to answer, by the way, but the chat is there, so you can chat. I trade EU and GU, right? So they are both GU and USD. So the USD is not the main currency, right? So I never go against each other, but there is times, especially now, what I've noticed is that there's more and more times where, for example, EU gives me confirmation to sell, but GU gives me confirmation to buy. And in my trading plan, it clearly says never to go against each. So if, let's say, for example's sake, I'm taking a sell on GU and I'm entering the trade now. So I'm in a sell, but I go to EU and EU tells me to buy. What I do, I never buy. I will go with my first trade. And I think some traders will say that, well, you're kind of doubling the risk down because they are the same kind of base currencies, like in the same way. But I just don't see it that way. I think trading EU and GU, they're different pairs, they're different charts. And yes, they move like the same way, like, and in my plan, it literally says when I buy GU, I can't sell EU and other way around. But I don't see it as like doubling down the risk. I really don't. So yeah. Hey, Charlotte. Good to see you. Well, good to see you too. Like, I'm imagining you already, like behind the screen. I'm imagining you. So hey, good to see you. You know, well, I think I need like another trader to come on these live trading rooms, right? Because otherwise I'm just alone here. Like, I think we need another trader here with me, right? Then it's gonna be so much better. We can have a conversation. Okay. Yeah, the market is not going to do much. I'm going to be watching the gold to see if it does push higher or not. Because looking at this is actually really clear that my strategy is telling me that it's going up, and I would target the previous highs in here. Yeah, that is looking good. It's very bullish. So comfortable to buy when it's so bullish. But at the same time also, because it did reject and it's like starting to like hold this support. Now the other thing you're like thinking, me thinking, will it hold though? Or is it gonna break? Like trader's life is, full of decisions and full of hard ones. But definitely it gets easier by the time, and it gets easier once you learn more about not only your trading strategy, but like who you are as a trader. Like that's really, really important. Ben says, invite Charlotte for a trading session, Anna. Exactly. Hey, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do the trading session. Let's do this. Guys, I do want to remind you, please join the Discord, and then we can hang out in there. Then we can chat and talk, and have like really honest conversations. Yeah. But I do need to find someone like someone to be in these live sessions. Maybe it could be leverage traders. So I think that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Definitely more fun when I'm like, just here alone. So, but I do want to kind of wrap this up, and say thank you so much for joining the first session, because anything new can be daunting, but anything new is also exciting. And I'm really excited to build this together with you. I am excited to see you on the live webinars. I am excited to be there for you, to guide you, to hold your hand. I am really looking forward to see traders succeed. I'm really looking forward to see the change happening in the prop industry. I'm really looking forward to be there for you and to be someone who will always cheer you on. I will be rooting for you, and I will be there for you to fall on if you need to fall on. And I'm just really excited. So yeah, but thank you so much for joining. We'll see if we'll get any setups. If I will, then next time I come here live, you'll be able to see my setups. And I can also keep you updated on the Discord. So yeah, it's exciting. It's really exciting for me. I hope it's exciting for you. And I will see you the next time. I don't have like a schedule in mind just yet, but we'll see. We'll see what the people will want, because I really want to make sure that these sessions are done in the times when you guys can make it. And yeah, we'll make sure that we try and accommodate everyone, right? Because everyone can be a trader, and everyone is a trader at Leveraged. So thank you so much for joining. Oh, Devet says, perfect, thank you. And I see that Devet joined the community. Just got the alert. So thanks guys for joining. I really, really appreciate it. I'm hoping to build something great together, and I will see you in the next session, and we'll figure out how to make it more interesting so I actually take some trades, because my strategy is the way it is. I'm not going to change it for you to, to, I don't know, to show off, or, it's not needed. So we are purpose driven traders. We are data driven traders. And I'm here to just, teach you that and to show you the right example. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining. And I will see you the next time. Thanks. Take care. Have a good weekend.